just seen, I think I've just seen a couple of raptors surface over here. It's a water rail. Oh my god, oh my god. I've just seen a male hen harrier fly from there straight across. It's now behind. Morning guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Oh, what a glorious day it is today. Have a look at this. Frosty, sunny, still as the day you were born. Not a breath of wind, and lots of bird song. What do you think? Let's go and see what we can see. Okay guys, so could not resist coming out today, even though I've been suffering a bit with the cold or flu that everyone's been having, but the conditions today made it impossible for me not to come out. Oh, it's just beautiful. So we're coming back down to a regular stop off of mine, in part of Poole Harbour. Where one of the rivers flows into the harbour, and we always enjoy coming down here because it's relatively quiet. You only really see the odd dog walker along the river, and every now and again another photographer or bird watcher. Unfortunately, now and again there are people who come down here shooting, which is infuriating, but what can you do? So, it's a mixture of habitats, as I explained before when I've been down here. Just look at that, frost everywhere. So there's a good mixture of habitat, which in turn ensures a nice variety of bird life. I mean, look at these reed beds. They are magnificent, aren't they? So, just glistening through these reeds is the river, and that's flowing that way into the harbour. And then the other side of the river, there's another vast expanse of reed beds. So we get lots of different types of birds here, passerines in all these bushes and the reed beds. There's a wren and a robin. We get warblers and tits, reedlings in amongst these reed beds, kingfishers, and then a variety of raptors, Marsh and hen harriers, peregrine. Spring and summer we get hobby, kites, buzzard. In summer, thankfully now we're getting plenty of osprey. Look at that. And we also now have 2 resident white-tailed eagles in the harbour, as well as other visitors that frequent the place. Over there we've got 2 big lakes, and then we keep walking to the end of here. Beyond these reed beds is the edge of part of one of Poole Harbour's channels. Always wary when you hear geese like this, but usually when there's more of them, being even more vocal, it can be a good indicator of them being disturbed by a predator, i.e. the white-tailed eagles. So when you hear a group of well, it could be swans, but a group of geese making an absolute raucous noise. That gets my spidey senses tingling because I've seen it many times. You hear that and then all of a sudden you'll see a white-tailed eagle with its laconic wing beat just flying across your vista, and often they're only going from one place to another. Oh, what's that there? Looks like a harrier, Marsh harrier over there, with that intermittent wing beat, then a glide, and it is just quartering over the top of the reeds over there. Let's keep an eye on that in case he comes a bit closer. But look at this. Oh, here's one there. There's one. There. Oh my God. You see it there? Look. Oh. So that's two. Two Marsh harriers in a minute. Came fairly close too, which is always exciting to see, isn't it? You hadn't seen me because I was kind of half hidden behind the reeds. We're here. This is the spot. We've got a great view with great light. So regularly, as we've just seen, we have harriers quartering over these reed beds, as well as the white-tailed eagles, but we also get a kestrel and peregrine. Sparrowhawk. I've seen sparrowhawk down here chasing the passerines. An all number of waders, duck, geese, and once in the past I have heard and seen a bittern, but I saw the backside of the bittern as it was flying away. So I know they've been here. Whether they're here at the moment, I don't know. But I mean, can you blame me coming down here? So the river's running just through these reeds, and it snakes its way that way, then round there, then into this channel of Poole Harbour. You can see in the distance, and then just over that tree line, all of that is right up, right. So from, I would say, roughly there, about there where my hand is, all the way to that far end of that tree line, which is about there, and much further inland as well. All of that belongs to our nature reserve, the RSPB reserve. Which I'm sure many of you have been to, and some of you might not know it, but it's the place that Winter Watch broadcast from regularly. Winter Watch, Spring Watch, Autumn Watch. But obviously you can imagine, on a day like today, this is New Year's Eve. Families are going to be out walking, and a beautiful walk it is over there, so it's just going to be too busy, which is why I favoured here today. And this isn't a place like Ham Wall where you'll get an attack of the senses just through the sheer number of birds. This is part of a much bigger kind of environment, and the birds aren't as condensed or concentrated here. In pockets they will be, and now and again you will get amazing encounters, but this is a place for patience, really. Patience, peace, and just waiting it out. But it just, I mean, just because there's nothing happening, this is idyllic. It really is. I mean, I can't think of a better way to spend the morning. Waiting with the anticipation of something happening or something turning up, not knowing if it will. But the environment and the feeling and the vibe and the sheer peace, solitude here, it really is something to cherish. So those are my reasons for coming here today, and to get a bit of fresh air after suffering for 3 or 4 days with the bug that goes around, whether it's just a cold or a bit of flu or a local virus. It just feels good to be out. So We'll pick up in the video when something happens. Oh, by the way, today, again, travelling light, Nikon Z8, 500mm PF lens and a 1.4 tele converter on, because we've got glorious light. So that gives me f8 aperture, which is perfectly fine for today, and a 700mm focal length. So we're just going to enjoy the coffee and the quiet and the stunning scenery. Just taking a little video of it amongst the reeds. It's partly obscured, but because of that uniform light brown colour, that splash of azure blue, it stands out a mile, and it's just sat on one of the reeds that's bent over, bobbing its head. chance of seeing it. That's a peregrine. We've got water rail in here. There's a little bit of water, as you can see. It's a little ditch of water. And I've no chance of seeing it in there, but that must have been like 5 feet away from me. It's been quite quiet since the Marsh harrier earlier, or the 2 Marsh harriers, but things might be picking up. Peregrine, water rail. Because it's so quiet and I'm not making any sound. I'm standing still for extended periods. You begin to hear the birds. They think there are no dangers around them. So they begin to reveal themselves. Right, I've just seen, I think I've just seen a couple of raptors surface over here. Just gonna see if we can get a clearer view. Let's just have a look. You can wait there a minute. It's over there. Just stay there. I can just see one above the tree line, over there in the distance. Let's see if we can get a little bit of video. With a bit of luck it's coming this way, but I mean it's still a long way away. Let's see. No. There's 2 kites, I think, mobbing a white-tailed eagle. I think the eagle's gone that way. It's only the 2 kites that are hanging round. That's a shame. It didn't come this way. Maybe a bit of time passes, it might come back round. But they're way over there in the distance. Oh. Oh no. At least there's a bit of movement in the skies, which there hasn't been for a while. So we'll just keep my fingers crossed that something continues coming this way at some point. Nothing out there. Right. I reckon it's time for another coffee then, while we wait. This is time to go. Nothing's happened since the kites and the eagle disappeared. Never really got a decent view of it. Certainly not close enough to photograph anyway, and I'm going to make another plan. I think I'm going to go to a spot and try to get sightings of short-eared owl for sunset. As there's not a breath of wind, there's good light, and hopefully most people will be getting ready to go out celebrating New Year's Eve, so hopefully no one else will be there. But we'll see. That's the plan. So it's been a glorious morning here, guys, and now I'm going to try and find short-eared owls the second half of the day. So we'll see you there. Hello. Okay, we've arrived at the short-eared owl destination. And conditions again, absolutely perfect. Perfect for the birds, for their hunting. Just depends whether there are any, if there are any in the area, in this vicinity at the moment. I know there have been, because I photographed them myself, but they may have moved on, or they may just be exploring other parts of this area. So we won't know until in the next maybe hour or so, before the sun starts to set and twilight consumes everything. But we've seen beautiful male kestrel, red kite, buzzard already, so let's see. I was photographing and videoing a couple of short-eared owls here a couple of years back, and not proud to say this, but I kind of lost sight of one of them that was quartering across the field. I lost sight of it, and I just couldn't see it anywhere. And so I just put my camera down and just stood there waiting, hoping it'd show itself again. And unbeknownst to me, how I didn't see it, it landed in one of these really small bushes. It was about 10 metres in front of me, just staring at me. I couldn't even see it. I couldn't see the wood for the trees. But when I finally did notice it, it made such a beautiful image. Just sat there staring at me. And I'll put that image up now for you to see. But I wonder how many people would have not seen it like I didn't. I mean, my eyes were tracking everywhere, and it was just one of those things. I just couldn't see it. I was looking behind, into the distance, looking left and right, and it was right in front of me. But I mean, if ever there was going to be a time for an owl to want to go and hunt for some food, these conditions are it. Absolutely ideal. Well, even though the light is still pretty good, Kestrel, it's forecasted to get foggy. I can see it's becoming a little bit hazy. So because I brought the 500mm, and I've got the 1.4 teleconverter on, that gives me an f8 minimum. I'm going to take the teleconverter off just so I can get those few extra stops of light as the sun starts to drop and the light diminishes slightly, just in case an owl turns up. You never know. Is it likely? Anything's likely in wildlife photography, but it's also highly unlikely. But I'm going to be prepared. Preparedness, patience. So that's what I'm going to do. hen harrier. Fly from there straight across. It's now behind that hill. So let's have a little walk. Little walk down. What's that there? Oh, it's over there. It's there. It's over there. Can you see it? In the distance. Let's see if I can see it. Yep, still see it. It's just flying across that field. Let's have another walk down here. I did get a little bit of video of it. I'm going to try and keep my eye on it, and I'll let you know. That's the second time I've seen a male hen harrier fly that exact same route over there behind that hill. But now we've got two kites in that tree there. That very near tree, the nearest tree to us anyway. That was worth every second of the drive coming here to see a male hen harrier. A severely threatened species. Numbers have declined massively over the decades. Habitat loss, persecution by shooting estates, gamekeepers, all illegal activity, poisonings, shooting, trapping. So to see one when I wasn't expecting to see one, it's such a thrill. What a gorgeous bird. I'll put some images up as well for you to see. And they call them the sky dancer because they do. Part of their mating ritual and bonding is they've got such a mesmeric almost dance in the sky. You must look it up if you want to see something truly magical. I suspect it's gone for good today. Gone way over yonder. But I think if I had stayed down here where I was earlier on, it would have come more or less over my head. But that is just the potluck nature of wildlife photography. You can chase birds, you can chase other species that you want to photograph. But one of the very best ways is just to stand and stay still in one place, be quiet, and the wildlife usually comes to you. So no sign of any owls. Kestrel's disappeared, the kites have gone from that tree, but I've got a feeling we may be lucky if we hang around. We've still got an hour maybe of sunlight, before that drops below the horizon, and that will be it. But lots and lots of stone chats in these, just sit on these small bushes, small saplings. Well, how beautiful is that, eh? That sun is setting nicely, and you're never going to guess what I've just seen before I turned you on. Well, both kites are back in the tree over there, but I've just seen the male hen harrier for a second time. So I think it's done a massive leap up there, across some other fields over there behind those woods, and then loop back around, and I've just seen it fly exactly the same route as before. So it's obviously not a fluke that I've seen it in the same place on 2 different days. This is its patch. Which is fantastic news. We are running out of light soon, so it might be a good time to say goodbye. And thanks for watching, guys, on what's been a glorious New Year's Eve. And while everyone's out celebrating tonight, I hope you have a good night. So that's 3 fantastic views of the male hen harrier. So worth it coming out today. And that's going to be it for today, guys. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and also I hope you have a brilliant New Year's Eve tonight, and then best wishes for 2026. Here's to more wildlife encounters. Really appreciate everyone who's watched the videos, and if you've liked them or left a comment, really appreciate a comment. It's always nice to read them. And any of you subscribed too, really appreciated. And I'm going to leave you, and then I'll see you in the new year. Cheers, guys.